Hola clase. In this video, you are going to learn about the verb ser to be in present tense, and this is the first part. Before you listen to the next slides, there is a document in Moodle which says verb ser notes, and what you can do is open that document in your computer and start taking notes about the points we are going to cover in this video. I suggest you to do this because with these notes you can be prepared for the assignments and activities you are going to be doing in this class, and also that will help you to study for the exams or quizzes. Okay, so if you have any questions, please send me an email, call me, or stop by my office.
¿Listos? Ready? Well, the verb ser, which means to be, is used in three situations. 1. To describe the subject. 2. To inform where the subject is from. 3. To express the subject's occupation or role in society. This is a question for exam, so it is very important you take note of this. So you can stop the video at any time. So now let's start with the singular pronouns, pronombres singulares. I, yo. In Spanish, we have formal and informal you. Informal you is tú. Formal you, usted. He, él, she, ella. So now we are going to start with the conjugation of the singular pronouns. Remember that every time you need, you can stop this video and take notes. So we have the pronouns here. So I is yo. So I am is going to be yo soy. Informal you es tú. You are, tú eres. Formal you es usted. Formal you are, usted es. He is él. He is, él es. She is ella. She is, ella es. ¿Ok? Repite. Repeat. Yo soy. Tú eres. Usted es. Él es. Ella es. Okay, so now we are going to go over one of the situations when we use ser, and that is when we want to describe the subject. So let's say that we want to say he is good. We are going to describe he. So he is él es, and good in Spanish is bueno. Now the adjectives in Spanish have to agree with the noun they modify. So in this case, we are describing he, so the adjective has to end in O. So that is bueno. But now let's say that we want to describe she, and we want to say she is good. So she is ella es, and in this case, instead to say bueno, we are going to say buena because we are describing she. Okay, here's another example. Let's say that we want to say he is bad. So he is, él es, and bad in Spanish is malo. And the adjective has to end in O because we are describing he. But if we want to say she is bad, so we will say she is ella es, and we are going to say mala because we are describing she.
When you are looking for an adjective, and if the adjective ends in no, and what you are describing is feminine, you know that you have to change O for A. But if the noun is masculine, so you are gonna leave the adjective ending in O. So now there are adjectives that have on another ending. For example, let's say we want to say he is selfish. So él es, and selfish in Spanish is egoísta. So the adjective ends in A. In this case, when the adjective ends in A, you are going to leave it like that. You don't have to change the ending. So, and it's going to be the same if you are describing something feminine. For example, she is selfish. So you will say ella es egoísta. So if the adjective ends in a, you don't have to change the adjective. It's gonna be the same for both masculine and feminine. And it is the same. It's the same case. For example, you want to say he is intelligent, so that will be él es, and the adjective is inteligente. So the adjective ends in e. You are gonna leave it like that. You don't have to change it, and it's gonna be the same for feminine. So she is intelligent. Ella es inteligente. So now adjectives have another ending. For example, we saw the example with egoísta, selfish, ends in a, so you don't have to change. If the adjective ends in e, as inteligente, you don't have to change the ending, and it's going to be the same for both feminine and masculine. It's going to be the same case if the adjective ends in l, like weak in Spanish is débil, so it's going to be the same for both. So now there is another ending when the adjective ends in R in masculine. Let's say you want to say hardworking. So if the adjective ends in R as trabajador, and that would be the ending for masculine. But if you are describing for example, ella, she, so you will add an A, and that will be trabajadora. So these are the four endings different from O. And again, if the adjective ends in A, E, or L, you don't have to change the ending, and it's going to be the same for both feminine and masculine. But if the adjective ends in R, when you need to describe something feminine, you have to add an A as trabajadora. So now let's see a sentence where we have two adjectives. So we have he is intelligent and good. Él es inteligente y bueno. Notice that we don't change the E and inteligente because we have it's gonna be the same ending for both masculine and feminine. So let's see the same adjectives about describing she. Ella es inteligente y buena. So the E and inteligente is gonna be the same, but we only have to change the O and bueno for A. Okay. So now one more thing. Let's say we have this sentence. He is good and intelligent. So in this case, we will say él es bueno y inteligente. So we have O and bueno because that is has to agree with he, él. But inteligente ends in e, so we are going to leave it like that. Now, when the word that follows the Y, like in this case, starts with I or the sound I, so instead of writing Y, we have to use E. And this is because when we read a sentence, that will be easier for us with the pronunciation. So let's read it. Él es bueno e inteligente. Okay, so now here's another example. So we are describing she, and we have here she is bad and irresponsible. So ella es mala, and we have E, the Y, E sound, and the next word starts with I, and the sound in Spanish of the I is E. So if we leave it like that, we will read it like ella es mala y irresponsable. So to avoid that, instead of using Y, we have to write E, and we will read it like this. Ella es mala e irresponsable. Okay, class, here are some of the points that we cover in this video. First, the verb serves, which means to be, has three situations, but we cover only one in this video, and it is when we describe the subject. 2, adjectives agree in gender with the noun they modify. 3, the adjectives that end in A, E, and L are the same for both genders. So it's going to be the same ending for feminine or masculine. Now, if the adjective ends in R, If the noun is masculine, you are going to leave that ending R. But if the noun is feminine, you have to add an A. And 4. When you are using the conjunction and E in Spanish, so if the word that follows the Y starts with the I or the sound I, which in Spanish is E, you must use E instead.